Okay, hear me out. So, you're here, you're playing Mega Man X on a computer, and suddenly, boom, burst of light, and just like sucked in and to this cyberspace thing, and now here we are playing Mega Man X Dive Offline. Hey, hi, hello, good afternoon. Yeah, hope all your weekends has been pretty well. Check it out. Right, we got X, we got Zero, Axel, there's Iris, Colonel, Sigma, Aaliyah, Force Armor, Mega Man, Black Zero, bunch of other characters. Let's jump in here. Go to save file. Otherwise, this thing's just gonna loop between like the title screen and the intro thing for a while, and yeah. So, anyways, before we dive in here, see what I did there. How's everyone's weekend going? Mine's been pretty busy. I finally went out and did all my shopping stuff. Yeah, it was pretty harrowing because there were like a couple near misses, and I had to maybe exert myself a little bit more than I thought I would. But you know what? I made it. In the end, yeah. Good evening. Good evening to you, Molecular Shadow Fox. Good to see ya. Weekly big shop, eh? It's more like a bi-weekly big shop, but yeah. It's finally running low on food, and I figured, okay, I should probably go out and restock, so I did. And, yeah, I'm good for the next few weeks. Got myself some fresh food, a bit more prepackaged stuff as time goes on. So, yeah. In any case, how are you? How are you doing? How have you been? Stock up on that yummy ramen. Oh yeah. Yeah, ramen was like some of the things I picked up. The absolute like last resort kind of meal, just like, yeah, I absolutely at the lowest point of energy. I want to put in like the bare minimum of effort and get food that will fill me up and satiate me for like a night, you know, at least until the next day. Yeah, anyways, we're here. We're going to be looking at Mega Man X Dive Offline, a game developed by, believe it or not, Capcom. Yeah, so this used to be like one of those mobile gacha games, you know, those types of ones where you roll for characters and maybe other equipment, and you get them onto your team and stuff. And it got shut down like a couple, I want to say like a few months ago, actually. But then they rolled out this version, which is like the offline version, which, you know, contains the stuff you would see in the online version, but kind of, you know, rebalanced and stuff to work for being offline. So yeah, I've been playing through this like quite a bit. Turns out, even if you know you don't have like the draw of online stuff, there's still hooks in here to kind of get you in. Not too bad overall. Thanks. Been taking it easy. Same. I buy like 30 plus packs a week because they come in handy for supper before bed. Yeah, exactly. Like even if you want to like add something, it's pretty easy to do, right? You just like crack an egg, fry it for like a few seconds, boom. A little extra flavor. Or if you want to, you know, you got like some extra seasoning, you could throw that in there too. Or if you got like a bag of vegetables or something, you know, you just want to throw in some peas and carrots or whatever else you might like. It's great, right? Easy to put together, easy to customize. Yeah. Finish off by a nice blueberry muffin. Yes, good old dessert. So anyways, let's go through here. I actually want to show you the intro because I think it's like pretty amusing. So we'll start here, stage 1, replay scenario. So, for this stage, you must challenge it using a designated setup. Okay, I guess it's tutorial level. All right. So, anyways, here's how it all begins. It's actually not too far from what the intro screen shows. Oh! Okay, I thought they were gonna like replay the intro scene. So, anyways, it's not too far off, right? You're on your computer, you're like playing Mega Man X like you always do, and suddenly you get sucked inside. And this voice is like, "Oh man, I got you," and they call you in here, and then they kind of drag you into this place here. Guess what? It's stage 1 of the first Mega Man X, and now this mysterious program has shown herself in full. It's like, my name is Rico. Look, she's got like a lowercase I and capital everything else. That's how you know she's a program. See, I'm the cyberspace's the deep logs, or well, you could call me the admin, right? She's like a database administrator. She's got that classic look you'd see in a maid cafe. Yeah, kind of like that, right? You see the semblance of a tie there. Got the other parts kind of set up to look like a maid dress type of thing, and of course the side ponytail and the hair decorations and everything. Yeah, right. We were just playing Mega Man X like we always do, right? I'm sure we all do that. We just like, you know, get up and like, oh man, I'm gonna play Mega Man X today. And I'm sure we all have our game that we like, kind of like to come back to every now and then, right? I mean, if I had a way to like play Burnout 3 all the time, I would probably do that. So can't really blame anyone who might want to, you know, revisit Mega Man X every now and then, right? And there was that time you begged your parents to buy a game for you at that game store near where you live, and even though you were strictly limited to 1 hour of gaming a day on the weekends, oh my god. Why you gotta call me out like that? Although instead of my grandparents, it was actually like my parents. Yeah. Yep, just last night I hit up Streets of Rage 1 for some old school beat 'em up action. Yeah! I get that feel. Sometimes you just want to revisit an old game, right? Just because you feel like it. I certainly get that. And you weren't supposed to play past 8 p.m. You still played, right? Oh my god. Seriously, what the heck? Yeah, it's like, hey, you're supposed to be in bed, but, you know, you just, like, sneak your Game Boy, your DS, your 3DS, your Game Boy Advance under the bed, try to hide under the covers, under the pillow. Keep an ear out by the doorway to make sure no one's trying to sneak into your room. So that way you can just like shut the thing off right away and pretend you're asleep until your parents walk away again. Close the door and you can just like resume playing on your game systems and stuff. Oh man. Had the volume on so low so that you can't be heard? Yes, exactly. Right. In addition to game data, all these memories are wrapped up nice and snug in the deep log. So then, for the sake of simplicity, please allow me to call you player. It's the hallmark of gacha games. They always give your person like some sort of title, right? Some way or another. It could be like the Trailblazer, the Traveler, the Wanderer, Captain, Doctor, Commander, whatever. Here, you just call you player, just straight up. Because, you know, that's who you are. And boom! Of course, when you start out, you gotta play as X, right? He's like the OG. There's no time to lose. First, could you please restore the data for this stage? The hunter program I can currently call up is called X, right? Good old classic one, right? This is the namesake of this game here, Mega Man X Dive. So yeah, clearly, you're gonna start as X. Please use X to get rid of all the irregular data. Now, fun fact, irregulars is like what they call Mavericks in Japan. Overseas, they call them Mavericks. Just getting rid of it repairs it. That's right, it's that Mega Man X stage you were just challenging yourself to, player. Oh man. It's like, I guess this person was kidnapped in the early morning too then. Like, man, you just like got up at, say, noon. It's like, alright, time to start Mega Man X. And you're like, stage 1, suddenly, boom, they're just sucked into this adventure. Seeing that design, it's making me want to play Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Yeah, start up a team of like, a Mega Man, Roll, and like Tron Bon, right? Yeah. You must feel like your head is full of cotton, right? I'm going to show you how to work in the controls. Let's give it a try and get started. So yeah, just Thankfully, they managed to kind of move everything to controller format. This is like the default controls. Actually, I've like reconfigured it because the options do let you just like change whatever key bindings you want. So it's kind of nice like that, right? You don't have to stick with this. So we're just gonna exile that. Also, you can play on keyboard if you want. So there's that. Anyways, just move forward, right? There's an irregular data. Press the weapon button to attack. That's right. A long press on the attack button lets you go into the automatic mode that uses all the ammo you have left. Also notable, you auto-aim, right? Again, this is like a mobile game, so, you know, it's like since there's a touch screens and stuff, they gotta accommodate some of this stuff here. You can actually turn that stuff off, right? You can turn things like auto-aim off if you want like a more traditional Mega Man experience, but a lot of this game kind of goes under the presumption that auto-aim will be enabled, so, you know, just pick your preferred settings and know what sorts of disadvantages come with it, right? Did you see that? Just like that, you can auto-target diagonal enemies. Yeah, right? I can see why they would point that out, because like in the normal Mega Man game, you wouldn't be able to do that, but here it's different. Hee. In order to make the data repairs go faster, we keep doing research. That's how we created the cyberbase's unique system. So, let's continue. Oh, the path up ahead has collapsed. Jump A over the gap. Oh man. See, a normal jump wouldn't have gotten you to the other side. But please stay calm. You only need to click the jump button again while jumping to activate double jump. Or you could, like, do a wall jump. Oh, it's a big fella. Some more irregular data has appeared. Ah, and it's shooting missiles. Quick, crouch to avoid the missile. Like so. Whoop. A feature that's only in some Mega Man X games. Dodged it. Let's move on to the next stage. Let's try that charge shot skill of X's that everyone has waited for. Lives up to its name, right? The charge shot skill adds energy. After you click the skill button, the shot starts automatically charging up. The more you charge, the stronger the shot. Now, click the skill button again. The shot goes out with a boom! It's actually more like a wow! But I get what she's getting at here. How do you like that? Even powerful regular data gets wiped out in one shot. The skill's awesome powers, truly! Mega? Is that what you're gonna say? Mega? Sorry, I've been talking too much. Let's pick up the pace a little. You know what? Yeah, you know what? You're not alone in that. Press the dash button to get a burst of speed. Oh, cool. So the dialogue actually does change to reflect my current key bindings. So I have dash mapped to shoulder button because that's how I have it in 30XX. Also, if you press the dash button and the jump button at the same time, you can do a dash jump. That'll make your movement nimble and speedy. Like so, boom! It's a classic Mega Man X technique. By the way, if you press the weapon button while jumping, you can do a jump attack. Oh my god, what? Furthermore, you can use dash jump attack to move forward smoothly. That way, the Hunter program will be easier to control as well. So you're just like teaching you speedrun strats, like boom, boom, just keep on the move and keep pew-pewing. Wait, irregular data is coming. The Hunter program has two standard skills. X's second skill is the Seeker Missile. It's not as powerful as the Charge Shot, but it can track targets, then explode for area damage. Also, very much a fire and forget weapon, right? It's like your panic button. It's like big thing coming at you, boom, Seeker Missile. So yeah, just fire it like this. Boom. Oh, wow, and I missed both of them. Look at me, Ace Hunter X. Boom, I'm killing it. Huh, the path is collapsing. But don't worry, see what happens when you hold down the right direction button while continuing to jump. Use wall kick to make your way up. Another Mega Man X staple, the wall kick. I love this so much, just being able to get up walls, right? Normally they're like a hindrance, but in this case it's like, nah, it's just another platforming element. Oh man, warning! Another Mega Man staple, the warning sirens. Whoa, who is this fella? Mao the Giant. It's a huge mechaloid and bigger than buildings. Besides its head and arms, it's covered... No, besides head and arms, it's covered with hypermetal that won't cause any damage. It can crush everything easily with its spiked steel balls. Okay, so maybe not the best, QC on the dialogue, but hey, you know what? It's okay. It's that irregular data called Mao the Giant. That data shouldn't even be in this stage. There seems to be a data fault. Ah, careful! Oh snap, it's like an MMO, you got like attack indicators. You see that line on the ground? That shows the irregular data's attack range. See the boss's actions and warning line? It's planning to do a wide-ranging attack. Jump to dodge! In this case, you gotta like double jump, or hold jump. Amazing! Holy crap, you jumped! What a technique! This irregular data must be what's causing the program faults. Attack right away! Restore the game data! That's right, you're in charge now. I leave it to you, and of course, X is kind of like seriously tricked out, so I one-shot this fella. Trust me, this guy's like a bit more fearsome boss fight when I started out. Irregular data complete. Good work. You really are a player. You must have spent some time in other games' cyberspaces. See, I really do know people. You might want to blaze through it just like that, but we should go back to the base for a little rest first. Later, we'll learn about the cyberspace deep log in a bit more depth. We'll get to know each other better later on. Okay, seriously, wow. I mean, it's another hallmark of gacha games, right? You got the people who are like totally all over you, and totally. Well, probably you can imagine. You can just pretend you're like dating them or something. I don't know. Anyway, stage clear. We did it. Got through Mega Man X1 tribute, the first stage and everything. Look at that. You even got the beam out. And you got a results screen showing the stuff you've acquired and the resources you got. A nice little live 2D art of Mega Man X here, ready to blast you in the face with his shots. Makes me wonder why she's blushing when she says we'll talk later, right? Always gotta have the little waifu tease in there. Anyways, I got clearance conditions. They all tend to be like pretty similar. It's usually just clear the stage a certain amount of time, clear the stage with a certain amount of HP, which you can actually cheat through, right, if you really wanted to. Okay, since we don't have the intro cutscene, the TLDR is that Deep Log is actually a record of like all the people who have like ever played a Mega Man X game, but funky stuff is happening. They call it irregular data, and it's manifesting in the forms of like enemies on the stages, and the way to fix like the irregular data is to destroy it, so that will fix it, right? Don't worry about it too much. It's just like an excuse to kind of have this giant mashup of Mega Man X stuff all together, right? So you start on the highway, Mega Man X1, and then you'll start visiting like other stages and kind of show that things are kind of wrong. You see like bosses show up in like stages that they shouldn't be in, and things like that. And eventually, right, you start visiting other stages from other series, right? Like got the Air Force from Mega Man X4, and even stuff like outside of the Mega Man X series. So you'll go to the Floating Ruins from ZX Advent and things like that. So they also like kind of throw down story breadcrumbs here and there. Can imagine like the way this came out like in the online release, they probably like had a stage like every month or so, and you just released the barest minimum of plot to kind of keep the things going forward. So what I want to do now is just like maybe jump up to the most recent version. Trust me, there isn't too much extra in there aside from us like getting another kind of navigator character in the form of a guy named Via. So anyways, you select a stage, and then now you go to setup, where you can pick your loadout. So you can choose characters from a variety of places. The ones I'm using right now is like a seasonal variant. It's another common gacha staple. Just introduce seasonal variants of characters. So this is a Christmas version of CL from Mega Man Zero. You can also pick the character's weapons. So in addition to like busters, you can also have machine guns, throwers, melee weapons. She's showing some strength holding that Gatling gun like it's nothing, right? Then again, every character can do that, and it's an anime thing. I've come to kind of like accept it, right? Even though like the most wiry of people are going to be able to hold like giant, huge ass weapons. Like you think about Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, the guy's got to have like a whole lot of arm strength to wield that huge ass sword, right? It's something I just kind of like, I'll take it, right? Right, you can pick your weapons, you can swap between them. You can also pick cards. Think of them like passive skills and stuff. They will give you minor stat boost, and if you get like certain combinations, you'll get like more stat boost, right? Yeah, it's like don't question it, just go with it, right? You just love like cute characters kicking butt. What more do you want? Anyways, once you picked everything, you just execute. You get out there. Let's go. Ready. Good old Mega Man X staple as well. Here's a little expose here. So now we've come to the Bio Laboratory. It's a stage from Mega Man X4. In the original game, it was an abandoned laboratory controlled by a certain Reploid. I think it was like a mushroom, copy mushroom, I think that's what they called it. Maybe it's under control someone here, too, as a base of some kind. That's right, and the culprit for this program error is most likely that guy. Who's the handsome guy with the long gray hair? Oh yeah, that's Via. He kind of introduces himself fairly early on in the story, acts as like a second navigator of sorts. You'll get like banter between him and Rico, and they'll like snark at each other and everything. I think they actually do point out, hey, you kind of look like Zero, but he goes, yeah, I might look like Zero, but I'm totally not Zero, trust me. Anyways, looks like good old Rico is back. Yeah, during the previous stage, Bit said Irregular Data and I are the same type of existence, didn't he? And before he disappeared, he warned me to be careful with Mr. Via and Player. Right, Mr. Via, that's the other guy. Seems to be the case there, just always make eyes lowercase no matter what. Coupled with the fact that Mr. Via attributed the issues I was having to being side effects of data correction. Taking all these points into consideration, after careful deduction, painstaking examination, and meticulously scouring for evidence, I finally came to a conclusion. It's got something very, very off base, isn't it? You could have just said you pondered over it. That's not the key point. Oh, I'm sorry. Well then, what did you discover? My conclusion is... I worked too hard! Sure, yeah, let's go with that. I'd like to see how you rationalize that. Simply put, Player and I have been working hard to correct data and we were both exhausted. It's crucial that we don't overexert ourselves or I could become a program error. There you have it. What? How did that make any sense? She did get it right about the program error. Huh? You were saying something? Oh, no, it's nothing. Don't mind me. Alright, Rico and Player, let's press on with vigor. Right. Hey, wait a second. Didn't I tell you not to steal my line? And we're off. So yeah, as the intro says, each hunter program has like 2 skills. Seal, as fitting her Zero Origins, summons cyber elves that kind of like do assist stuff, but yeah, this is kind of like the standard go for a stage. You just run through the stage, destroy enemies. Occasionally they'll have you stop and kind of take out waves of enemies. Do some light platforming as well. Just blow him up. Running gun. Like good old Mega Man X. Oh, I almost fell into a pit there. A nice thing is that, like, unlike a actual Mega Man game, if you fall into a pit or hit spikes, you just lose like a fixed portion of your health. You don't like instantly die or anything like that, so that's nice. That sort of thing probably makes sense in like a regular Mega Man style platformer, but in a game like this, that'd be pretty punishing, don't you think? Oh yeah. And then occasionally you'll have like those weird purple blobs too. They call them deep elements. As far as I can tell, seems like the only thing you get from them is just like an achievement for collecting a certain number. Doesn't seem to be much else to it. So yeah, another level done. You get some experience. Occasionally like level up, which will increase your base stats. And in lower levels it would actually unlock some features too. So some things like, certain modes, certain like types of items and stuff you wouldn't be able to get until you wouldn't be able to like check out until you hit a certain level, but now it's just like a minor boost to your base stats. Anyways, more money, more experience, more items. We got our 3 stars, and again, the live 2D art of your character just kind of just like doing a thing, waving around. We've all fallen victims to pits like that. Yeah. Certainly, when you're trying to platform, you slip up and you like maybe panic a little bit too hard, and you just end up like insta dying. It's like, probably could have had that if I had not panicked. Anyways, this is in like the pretty standard format for these kinds of stages. They have like 6 sub-stages that you go through. One gives you like the brief intro, maybe some story breadcrumbs. Then you go to 2, which is just, more platforming and shooting and stuff. Stage 3 usually has like a mini boss that you fight. And then 4 and 5, just like more platforming stuff. And then stage 6 is where you fight the boss, and then, you get some revelations here and there. Like, rinse and repeat. As far as I can see, this game has like 23 stages, so that's as far as they got before the whole thing, before they kind of pulled the plug on it. I keep forgetting that I should activate Seal's sub-elves. Oh, I probably shouldn't jump. Probably should note that each character can like actually bring in like 2 weapons. So yeah, you might have seen from this screen. So in addition to a buster, I also have a machine gun that I can switch to. It can be useful sometimes if you have like a weapon that has low ammo and it's like needs to reload. You can just switch to the other one and let the other one refill. Oh, are they like opening the door just like, hey, now pick a direction you want to go? I think. Maybe I have to like fight these folks first and then I can pick a path. Okay, what if I went this way? Oh, they won't let me go that way. Alright, fine. I'll go right. Oh. Okay, maybe it's a platform that appeared. Who would have thought? Now this is like some boss-level scenery right here, but it's not. Man, don't you hate it when enemies are able to go through walls while you actually have to, like, navigate around them like a regular person? Oh, another trap. Yep, always hated that. Yeah. It's like you can't even do anything to them, right? Because they're in the wall, so you can't attack them. So you just gotta wait till they, like, exit the walls, but you have to make sure to keep an eye on them, because you don't want to get bamboozled when they finally, exit the wall and stuff. The Batman games were bad for that. Oh man, were they? Haha. And off she goes again. Anyways, now we're going off to the third stage. Oh, but before that, you know, the stars, they do have a purpose, because you have this, guess I should, here, you have this rewards track here to kind of, you get like a set of rewards for every 6 stars you collect, and as far as I can tell, there's like no change to this, right? You just, every 6 stars, you can open up these little Eddie lookalikes, and you get yourself a nice selection of stuff you get, right? Sometimes it can be these memory pieces, which I'll cover in detail later, and some other resources. Anyways, let's move on. And... ooh, got another advert for that soul leveling anime coming to Crunchyroll and Google Play. Ah, I did hear that apparently people are really anticipating that. I guess... I don't know, feels a bit too actiony for my taste, but you know what? I'm glad there are people out there like something. So I'm actually gonna change characters. We'll switch it up. Let's have a swimsuit palette out here. I'm actually gonna switch weapons as well. Cards. Well. Yeah, so kind of annoyingly, you can only equip a card to like one person. But thankfully, since, you know, you'll only control like one character at a time, it's usually not too hard to kind of make a general loadout that'll work for most characters, and then just switch them around as you want to switch characters. Looks pretty good from the adverts I've seen. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's like pretty good. I'm sure. I have to ask my cousins about that. They're more into like the actiony stuff. What an outfit to go battling with, right? Again, a staple of gacha, right? You have people fighting in all sorts of festive outfits, kimono, swimsuits, Easter bunny suits, you know, casual outfits, and you know, you're just kind of like, yeah, sure. I don't know. I mean, I get it, right? It's like this kind of thing you normally wouldn't do, right? In real life, it's like, yeah, no way someone's actually gonna go fight in a swimsuit, but I don't know. I guess I've played enough games of this sort where I kind of just roll with it, right? Because, hey, who wouldn't want to? You know, it's not just about kicking butt; it's about looking cool while doing so. And if someone wants to dress in a swimsuit while kicking butt, sure, why not? It's a video game. It's not like you're actually gonna, you know, be mega vulnerable because you decide to not wear armor. It's Dead or Alive all over again. Fan service and all that. Indeed. Yep. Vogue it up while you're kicking ass. Indeed. Why not? I guess you can also hand wave it that they're technically not humans, but actually, well, most of them aren't humans, but more like, you know, androids, so they can probably get away with not having, like, you know, traditional future armor and that kind of stuff. Anyways, player, please wait. Boy. You certainly sound more casual than usual. Well, I thought I should have a number of styles in my arsenal. Back to the topic. Player, I have already picked up signals from a medium irregular data up ahead. Grrr. Oh man, are we gonna fight a bear? It's just like a freaking bear. Glamazons, right? A little bit of glamour, as people will say, fashion is the true end game. And I guess in a sense, for gacha, it's like, yes, get the meta seasonal variants of all your favorite waifus and husbandos. Huh? Player, did you hear that low growling voice that sounded like it came from a monster? Hmm? What? I didn't hear anything. Wait, is Via like gaslighting you? Is that so? Must be just me then. Well, then, let's get our acts together and get going once more. Once more, unto the breach. Anyways, this electric sprayer is pretty fun, because You can actually do wall hacks with it, so you can like attack enemies from up above or below or through walls. And it kind of, you know, arcs to other enemies too, so you can just take out small groups if they're all together. It's nice like that. The only disadvantage is that it has a pretty long reload time, but that, again, that's what switching weapons is for. Reminds me of the electric gun to destroy all humans. Oh man! Forgot about that one. Yeah. It's like either that, or maybe the shocker from, or I think they call it Tesla Claw from Ratchet and Clank. That was pretty fun too. I guess you could kind of say it's like the Link gun from Unreal Tournament as well. The secondary fire that kind of just like latches onto an enemy and slowly saps their health. Oh, did not anticipate the vines there. Yeah, you imagine in a facility like this, a swimsuit's probably like the last thing you want to wear, especially when you got, you know, like exposed foliage everywhere, but this is a video game, so it's like, you know, it's fine, right? Just go ahead and wear that swimsuit. It's cute. That's what matters. Oh, wait. There's a deep element here. Oh. Anyways, I kind of like swimsuit palette because her two skills allow you to kind of do a lot of burst damage, and they're both pretty good. One of them's like a spread shot that deals a ton of damage, and the other one just sends out homing ice cream cones that also heals you thanks to upgrades, so she's very sustainable, too. You find yourself just eating it super hard, then just, you know, cast the ice cream cones a few times and you'll be back in fighting shape. You can just imagine she's just, like, taking ice cream and just shoving it into her mouth herself. Luckily, it's not one of those micro bikinis that barely cover anything. That's true. Well, they definitely have, like, you know, the more traditional bikini-wearing characters in this game. So don't worry, they got some of that. Okay, this one's kind of nuts. Oh, thankfully not too nuts. What is that weird Mode 7 star? Seriously. Heh. They usually have something to say about it, but I guess not this time. Anyways, it's another level up. For the guys, a mankini. It's like the one Sacha Cohen Baron wore, right? The one piece that just like is more like a strap than anything. I don't know. To be honest, I would much prefer like a Speedo or something like that. At the very least, that looks more like a, you know, the swimsuit one would reasonably wear. Anyways, we're off to the next stage. Oh man, we got like greenery here and stuff. Nice and mossy, I imagine. I imagine it must feel mossy. I don't know, I guess I would still be kind of reasonably creeped out by it, because, like, what if it's, like, one of those types of, you know, mutant moss that just, like, grows on you the moment you touch it? That certainly wouldn't be very pleasant. Or, back in my day, bright-colored Bermuda shorts. That would be pretty nice, too. That's, like, Amusingly enough, that seems to be like the standard gotcha summer outfit for the guys. Anytime like a guy gets like a summer variant, it tends to be like shorts and an open button-up Hawaiian style shirt. Rarely do you see like any deviance from that. It's kind of funny. They're super comfy, yeah. I imagine they would be. It's just, you know, when every character kind of has like that style, it all starts blending together. That actually reminds me of this one image I saw on Twitter that was kind of like poking fun at it. It was like swimsuits in real life, right? And you just see like a person, they're just wearing a bikini, right? That's it. It's just like a regular old bikini. And then it's like swimsuits in gacha games, and then it's like that sort of same person wearing a bikini, but they also have like glasses, a flower hairpin, a coat, a choker, like a see-through waist wrap, maybe shorts, like a thigh strap, fairly fancy sandals. It's kind of funny, right? It's like, I think someone jokes like, nah, yeah, that's the kind of swimsuit you wear if you don't actually plan on going on swimming, right? It's like, you know, dressed for the occasion, but not necessarily for the recreation, as it were. You can kind of sort of see it here, right? Like, Palette's got the fancy heels, she's got the coat, and I guess she's got something like a hair decoration as well. But yeah. I mean, you can at least see the reasoning behind having a coat, right? You think of it as like a traditional kind of like a cover-up kind of thing, right? If you're done on the beach, you want to maybe go explore the shops a little bit, you can kind of, you know, make yourself a little bit more modest by throwing a coat onto yourself, and I'm sure it looks cute too. Sarong and all that, yeah. Boom, another stage done. We're off to 14-5. You know what, let's switch up characters again, shall we? We'll pick Crispus Rico. Right, Crispus version of Rico. Honestly, out of all like the seasonal variants, the holiday ones always amused me the most. It's like, yeah. Either you put them in like warm winter get-ups or just have them wear just like Santa-style outfits. I remember in Spain, guys just walking around shops and stuff in their tight Speedos and a pair of flip-flops. You never do that in England. Yeah, you probably wouldn't do that in the US either, unless it's like one of those designated areas. I mean, at the very least, you'd see people like throw on a shirt. That's why, I'm guessing that's why they have those signs out there that's like, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Which obviously leads to a joke where someone wears the shirt and shoes and like no bottoms. Ugh, yeah. Anyways, we'll switch back to Buster here. Oh, that. Oh wait, because I can equip my cards. Okay, power's back up. Let's execute. Ready to go. Get me out of my mind. So yeah, even the skills tend to be like, you know, seasonally themed in some way. Oh boy, how do I do this one? I think I just jump and dash? Oh. Yeah, okay, that works. So even the platforming's like getting trickier. Wait, why is that one deep element down there? Guess they expect me to like Gotta just, like, fall and catch it or something. I bet she looks super kawaii in an elf outfit. Yeah, probably would. You know, the blue, light blue and the greens makes for good color set, I think. Anyways, at stages like these, they kind of demonstrate why, you know, characters with self-sustainability tend to work a little better, because, you know, this makes them that much more survivable. Yeah, I didn't get 30%, but that's fine. I'll come back to it later. Let's just keep moving on. Alright, we're gonna face off against a boss. Complete the stage at 300 seconds, HP's 30, greater than 30. Right, usual requirements, so let's just get in here. Player, this is it. The regular data that is causing the program error is just up ahead. Oh, he wants to be the boss of Bio Laboratory. It did occur to me that that guy from Mega Man X4 is probably not the boss here. But this is a bit strange, isn't it? So far, each and every irregular data has initiated contact with us. It almost seems that we are back to the way things used to be. Yeah, the irregular data hasn't tried to reach us at all. That's right. That reminds me, when Player and I just met, I recall that some irregular data are indeed not communicative. Although that feels recent, I had no idea it has been so long ago. I remember helping you out at that moment. Player, Rico, you really have come quite far along. Oh, that's for sure, but you'll have plenty of time to praise us for the excellent job we do when we return. This probably means it's going to be a non-communicative irregular data this time. With our enemies being so chatty, I guess we've gradually come to take it for granted. Mr. Via, you should never take anything for granted, right? Wow, that's a check from Rico. Player, please be careful. Let's go! Let's go! Moving up. Oh no, the door closed. It's boss time. Grrr, hey, you remember them? Actually, enemy not from Mega Man X. Oh boy. That is the Yellow Devil. So that's where that noise I heard just now came from. He's one of the powerful bosses that first appeared in Mega Man, and in Mega Man X5, he appeared once more in his black variation as the Shadow Devil. Darkman is also one of the bosses that appeared in previous titles of the series. It looks like game data from Mega Man had... Whoa, wait. Why did it do that? Hey. I was not finished reading that. Grrr. At that voice. By responding at that moment, it really felt like... It feels like it was trying to say... Bingo? Huh? Bingo? Do you hear bingo from that? I don't quite hear bingo from that. And that's supposed to be telling us stop making things up. Jeez, we're turning to like Neptunia now with like how they seem to be just joking around and stuff. Sheesh. Hey, Rico, that's enough with the jokes. Be careful, player. Hey, you started it via. Sheesh. We seem to have gotten a little careless. He really is a tough opponent. Because of him, many players have had trouble with the game, and some even rage quit the game. And some people even used the pause trick to try to cheese it because, what the heck. Some games so need a chat log like you get in visual novels. Yeah! I've seen that in some RPGs too, where you can just like press a button to see previous dialogue and everything. It is nice. Player, are you among those players who had trouble with the Yellow Devil? I wonder. Are ya? I think Mega Man X5 was actually my first encounter with a boss like this, and yeah, you know what, there was a bit of a trouble until I figured out the pattern and everything. Even so, player will definitely be able to handle it now, even if face a difficulty. He will not throw his controller or just rage quit the game. Right? 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 Also, how dare you call me a he? You know, there could be women and non-binary people playing this game too, Rico. Sheesh. Grrr. I knew it. Well then, the mission is about to start. That's right, the player will handle it. Here we go. Ah, yeah. This is a nice thing too. When the boss appears, they'll give you a little overview and a screenshot of their origin game. And a quick blurb about it, right? So this Yellow Devil here first appeared in the Mega Man game. It's designed by Dr. Wily. Can morph, turn into cubes, smack you around. However, as the technology wasn't mature enough, it's unable to move when it takes the humanoid form. So there's that. That's why it just like throws eyeballs at you. Anyways, that's their justification. Obviously, the real reason was because of art and memory limitations, but hey. Anyway, let's get in here. This boss is actually like a lot less fearsome when you kind of, you know, break it down and only dodge when you absolutely need to. So yeah, bullets. Oh, it's moving. I gotta get over. Jeez, I am getting hit. Alright. Boom! Just like that. Not too bad once you get the attack patterns down, yeah. It just... you know, you see it the first time, and you just like, empty room, and it's like, oh boy, wonder where the boss is, and suddenly you see like blobs just like flying in from off screen, and you know, you're panicking because they're coming from like every height, but you know, once you kind of like break it down and figure out what you need to do and get the pattern, it's like, yeah, you know what, it's not too bad, you just gotta make sure you follow through. Great work, player, you've properly corrected the irregular data. You've completely overcome your past trauma. Excellent work. Yeah, past trauma fighting Shadow Devil and Yellow Devil. It's not just player. This will no doubt help to erase the painful memories for countless other players of Mega Man. Yeah, well, for the people who didn't cheese it using a pause trick anyway, right? Somehow I can't help feeling that we will encounter this Yellow Devil again in the future. Yeah, why don't you lay it on thick with the obvious foreshadowing, Rico? Well, I think you're right. It's a tough irregular data that can't be so easily corrected, just like how it used to be in the original game. This means it will keep coming back. That's scary. Grrr, yeah, right, it's just waiting for that moment to regroup. Huh? Did you hear that? Not only heard it, I also saw it. No, I didn't hear... Again, quality control. They could have used like another pass or two. No, I definitely heard something just now. You must have heard it too, player, right? And you know what? The other thing I'm glad this game doesn't do that some other gacha games do, and not just gacha, but maybe some other RPGs do in general. They do that thing where they'll they'll ask you a question and you'll get like a choice between a couple of answers, but none of it matters anyway. It's just there to give you some sort of illusion of participation. Maybe the next line or two might have some sort of customized response to whatever you picked, but otherwise, it's just there for the sake of being there. I don't like that. I want their games give me a choice. I want the choice to have like some sort of tangible impact beyond, hey, we're gonna change the dialogue of the next few lines, right? I've played enough games where they give you that sort of thing, where that kind of irks me now. Anyways, that's another stage cleared. We cleared stage 14. Oh, you can check out some of the stuff you've acquired, but it's okay. We'll take a closer look at that later. So yeah, it continues like this, right? After stage 14 is complete, you go to stage 15. Hey, look, a Mega Man X5 stage. You get more plot, more stages, more fighting, more resources. Rinse, repeat until you reach the end of the area. So let's look at some other spots, shall we? Reminds me of the trouble I had at first with the final boss of Sonic 3, the one with the hands. Oh my god, I actually remember that one. You had to time your jump so that you wouldn't jump into the hands. Also, you wouldn't jump into the spiky top. You had to hit Eggman's window head on. It was like that and the final boss of Sonic 2 as well. I guess Sonic 2 was a little bit more annoying because you couldn't get any rings, so even one hit would defeat you. You basically had to perfect run your way through the final stage if you wanted to beat the game. Yeah, God help you if your rings went flying. Oh man, I hated that. It seemed to be some sort of internal counter, right? The first time your rings go flying out, you'll be able to collect some of them, but after a certain point, they'll go out flying really far and disappear almost instantly. It's almost like they know some people will go on that one ring in the dream strat, and they make it harder and harder to rely on that as time goes on. So anyways, this is another staple of gacha games. They kind of recreate it here. You got missions you can clear. The various milestones you can get through. Clear stage gets you rewards. Leveling up your stuff to certain milestones, or leveling up enough stuff to a certain level gets you stuff. Collecting things also gets you stuff. Collect 5 types of buster, melee, machine gun, etc. And other achievements, which is essentially just, hey, collect a certain number of deep elements we've scattered all around the areas. Also gets you stuff, right? Stuff, more stuff. And you can take the stuff here and purchase stuff at this shop, right? You get a reorganization chip. Think of it as a in-stage revive. So if you just eat it for some reason or another, spend a revive, take another chance, you can see how they would monetize this in a proper mobile game, but here it's not too bad because you pay in-game money for it. You can also buy memory parts for characters. We'll cover that. Also memory parts for weapons and cards, which are those stat boosters I mentioned earlier. And also the event characters. This is where you get the seasonal cards and the seasonal characters. They use their own currency. I'll go over that. And skins, which is an interesting thing. There's only 8 of them for some reason or another. I don't know. It's kind of cool, but not that many of them out there. Anyways, now let's go to the character prep, because you can kind of see everything that you can actually every character you own and all the characters that can potentially pick up here. Right, they come from all corners of the Mega Man universe, right? You don't have just the X characters. You also have say characters from the RPG Command Mission, like Marino. You can also pick up the navigators from X7 and X8 layer here. Let's see, I'm trying to look. Oh yeah, here's Roll, right, from OG Mega Man. And some other seasonal variants, like you have White Day Aaliyah. Amusing enough, you see him just like transformed into their clothes, like, oh man, hey, what is this outfit? Oh no. Well, I guess I'll just rock it. We'll just rock this dress, right? And I'm guessing that's a cape. Is that a cape? I'm guessing it's a cape and not like a sweater that's like draped over her shoulders. It's probably a cape. So yeah, this is like a whole lot of them. You have Omega from the Mega Man Zero series. Also ZX. Just like that sort of eye-searing Super Saiyan aura. Apologize for that. Oh yeah, Mega Man Legends. Here's Roll Casket with Mega Man Volnut. Yeah, just covered every corner. Right, you have Mega Man Battle Network, Mega Man, again, Legends. I think they also have, crap, what was the one on DS called? Star Force. They also have some Star Force stuff. Yeah, Sigma. Yeah, a whole lot of them. And then we go over here to the weapons. Yeah, it's not too much to say about here that I haven't already covered. You got they have 5 categories of weapons: busters, sprayers, machine guns, melee weapons, and launchers. There are some characters that kind of synergize better with certain weapon types than others, but... And we're back! Welcome back! Don't worry, I was just explaining all the boring stuff, so you didn't miss too much. Oh yeah, I guess we didn't go into character detail, so... Let's see, let's pick a character that... Who should I unlock? You know what? Let's go with Roll Casket here. So, this is actually going to be akin to how they do it in gacha games too. But yeah, you'll catch to unlock a character, right? Normally, you would have to. So that's a thing. Bridal Aaliyah, yeah. Another common gacha variant popular. It's the wedding versions. Most of the time, it's bridal. So you do get some groom versions of characters too, but obviously much less common than bridal versions. I couldn't tell you why bridal versions would be very popular. Nope, not at all. Anyways, surprised there's no maid versions. Oh, I think if you want to get close to that, it's probably Valentine's Day. The confectioner's outfits that these characters equip are kind of made I guess, right? Look, she's got the chocolate bowl and everything. It's ready to make some chocolates for you, right? All for you. All right, where was I? Where's Roll Casket? There we go. So, anyways, the way you would unlock a character, you just get memory pieces. Imagine in the online version, you would get these via doing draws and stuff. But here, you can just buy them at the store with in-game currency. So just going down this list, find a character you want. Nice thing is that they kind of tell you, hey, up here, this is the number of pieces you need to fully max out the character, and then down here is what you would need to kind of get to the next step. So we'll just purchase 40 memory pieces, and you know what? Purchase another 50, because I can show some other stuff. Anyways, you come back here, go unlock. Boom! Just like that, Roll Casket is now part of the roster. Gallery I'll show later. So each character has their 2 skills, right? You have skill A, skill B. They do various things. You can level them up, make them more powerful. Like so. They also come with like 3 chips that kind of either enhance them or maybe change up their playstyle in a little bit. So this one is actually a passive skill, which gives you benefit if you wield a machine gun or a launcher or a sprayer. Okay, so this one's not a good example. Yeah, this one here is probably a better one. So you can do stuff like enhance the ability in some way, increase the damage it deals, increase its lock-on rate. Each character also has like 5 passive skills that you can unlock by spending resources, which kind of, you know, enhance them in some way or another. There's also rank up. This is like another gacha staple, right? You increase the star rating, which you know, unlocks additional abilities, maybe improves their stats a little bit. And skin here, Roll Casket doesn't have any skins. There's also DNA code, which I think must have been added like a long time after Mega Man X DiVE came out. It feels like that kind of thing that they use to bring up older characters, make them on par with like the, you know, the current power level of their currently released characters. Anyways, these are just like more passive skills, you know, nothing too major. You can also choose to equip cards here, and you can see, you know, the number of cards you can equip depends on the character's star rating. So you need to have them at 4 stars before you can equip up to 3. Anyways, that's how characters work. Let me show you weapons. The weapons actually works on like a pretty similar manner. So let's see, which weapon do I want to unlock? Which one looks cool? Let's see, can I unlock the Lotus Saber? Check it out real quick. Or actually, maybe we'll just like see which weapons I can get here. So yeah, certain weapons are locked. They'll let you know. Okay, you just go to this stage and we'll open it up for you. We'll let you purchase it then. Looks like 17.6 is kind of the next threshold. I like that design, yeah. It does look kind of cool. Oh, yeah, we won't be able to get this one for a while. Alright, I'll find another weapon to unlock. You know what? Let's get the sights. Sights are cool, right? Let's get like 100 of these for now. Come back over here. So yeah, you can see here it's like unlockable. So let's do it. Boom, just like that, unlocked. And just like characters, you can rank up weapons. And they also have level ups, right? Interestingly enough, this game, unlike other games, characters don't necessarily have like infinite upgrades. Right? You do upgrade their skills, you upgrade their passives. You can level up the levels of their skills, but thankfully those are cheap. Right? It's like a lot of the power will come from like having these weapons. So another staple of gacha games, you have these items that you kind of feed into the weapon to level up. So, you know, just throw in some of these you know, weapon experience programs, level it up. Yeah, we can. Yeah, 20 is fine. Getting into some Soul Calibur vibes here with the melee weapons and stuff. Yeah, you can imagine how this works, right? So, like, in the offline version, you buy the memory pieces, you unlock them. But I imagine in the online version, these weapons would probably come from like, you know, the random draw that you would do. So, right, the 10 drop might get you some selection of weapons and characters. So something like this would be a lot more elusive, and you know, you see something like this appear on the screen, like, oh my god, it's a Crimson Scythe. Oh man, you're gonna totally tear it up. Anyways, the other stuff is also just like upgrade stuff, right? You just go to this pentagon here, upgrade its various stats, which will also increase the number. Would look nice on my home office in the wall. Hehe. There's a goal to work towards. And this weapon also has skills that you can unlock. Some of them you know, do have some of them are just like one and done. Others do have a numerical thing that you can kind of increase along the way. So yeah, the cap for everything is like your current player level, so I guess that's like an incentive to keep leveling up even after, you know, everything's said and done. So one of the things you can also do is equip a chip. Think of it as like an attachment for the weapon. Kind of, most of them like are just like a means of extra DPS, but some of them do give you additional benefits as well. You know, they'll increase stats as well. So yeah, that's a look at chips. Right here, you can see I have 2 that I can unlock. Go ahead and lock it. The Yellow Devil. You can kind of see what the chip does when you attack with a weapon. Randomly remove 1 debuff. And oh wait, here we go. The Split Mushroom. Okay, that was the boss of the Bio Laboratory in X4. Yeah, this one you can see which weapons you can equip it to and what it can do. So if you do a jump attack, you'll do an additional attack equal to, you know, and the damage. But you can also level up the chips using the various items, rank it up. As far as I can tell, you can't get the pieces for the chips in the store. You gotta like complete certain stages. You can also do an analysis. I'm not quite sure what this does, but it also makes number go up, so I've been doing that. And then you also have cards here. These are the kind of the like stat sticks that give you things, give you stat boost, right? You get like the general stat boost, and you'll get other passives that if you have certain combinations of cards in your loadout, they will activate, get you stuff. This one celebrates the Japanese version's 2nd anniversary. Yeah, it's almost surreal, right? I imagine these things are like given away in the online version, but in the offline version, you just like go to the store and just like, hey, yeah, we'll just plunk down a couple of currencies for them and just get them and max them out right out the gate. It's kind of weird, right? Just being able to have everything at your fingertips like that. Very involved, yeah. Again, I imagine all these things didn't come out like, you know, all at once. They're probably like features that were added over time to kind of, you know, keep the power curve going without just boosting level caps over and over like one might normally do. And then you also have the repository, you know, another place to increase power. Here's where you would like craft armor pieces. They don't even like bother to call them anything, right? They just call them level 40 armor, 50 armor, 60 armor, etc., etc. And you have primer and advanced versions, and you know, no fancy effects. There's just a means to boost your stats even further. You have like armor enhancement as well. This one's like really interesting, right? Because it's not the piece of armor you're enhancing, it's actually the slot itself, which is actually nice in a way. So, you know, if I decide, if you get like a better piece of armor and decide to swap it in, you still have the plus 100. It's not like the plus 100 stays with the helmet. It's actually just part of the slot itself. So that's nice, right? But yeah, other than that, right, you can check out your other inventory pieces here, your consumables, material, memory, and various packs. So, yeah. And then over here you have, that's a real nice touch, right? One of the things I can actually appreciate, one of the things I can compliment. They don't like force you to just like grind for extra things. It's just like one and done, right? At least for the plus marks, it's one and done. Yeah, you get something like here. It's like additional dive skills that you can kind of unlock and equip, and they'll kind of like go into the main and sub slots. You rank them up, you level them up, you can equip them to your character as usual. You know, as you level them up, you kind of unlock the path to further ones. Yeah. All of that kind of goes into this overall power ranking here. It's like, think of it like a Dragon Ball Z style power. It's like a number that just totals up all of your stats together. And you notice that like on each stage, you kind of have like that power number recommendation. So, you know, if you're above it, you're good to go. But if you're below, maybe try to find some ways to kind of boost it up, right? I guess one more thing to note: we have the gallery, which is kind of like it's just a way to kind of look at everything you've collected here. And there is a bit of an incentive to kind of, you know, level things up and increase this percentage meter here to the maximum because you have the gallery level, which, again, gives you more stats. Look at that number go up even more. You get attack, HP, and defense. And just more stats, so more incentive to kind of just, like, collect everything, right? Not just the high-level stuff, but maybe some of the low-level stuff, too, just to fill it out. That green dragon head looks cool. Wait. Oh yeah, the shooting dragon. Yeah. What is that? I think it's a... Oh, looks like it's a thrower. You know, just breathe green fire, right? Makes sense. Flamethrower is a dragon. Okay. I think I covered all the systems. Let's go into the next part here. The other staple of gacha games, events mode. This is where you would have like your limited time stuff, right? And the online version anyways, you'd have like, you know, oh man, there's a Christmas event going on, and it'll be up for like 2 weeks. Or, you know, there's a special story event going on, again, limited amount of time. Or, you know, you get like this Halloween style event, like with a special thing. And this is also where you get like the grinding stages. We'll go over that later. So yeah, let's check this one out, shall we? And you know what? We'll pick another character for this one. Why don't we go with? I know this sort. The F1 games are like that with the weekly stuff in the shop. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, and Forza too, right? Every month they got like a new theme going on, and the weekly tasks that you gotta do. Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like the live service thing everyone's doing now. Just like switch it up in some way, give people incentive to kind of come back and check out what they're doing. All right, let's pick another character. Festive Leviathan from Mega Man Zero series. We're gonna play as her. Did you see those dragons they added to the stadium next update? They look so cool. Oh yeah, for Lunar New Year. Can't wait. It's gonna be pretty rad. Anyways, you know, they'll talk about some stuff like, oh man, wow, things look like extra different now, right? They'll be like, oh hey, this kind of looks like this one stage from this one game. This is Mr. Sigma's castle. Player, I thought we would never see him again. Love that they're adding them to the props so we can have them on our tracks. Oh, you know what? That is a nice touch. I like that. So it's not just gone forever. It's just, you can still have them in some form. That's cool. Anyways, this is another character. We haven't run into them yet, but I imagine they'll be important in some way or another. Yeah, I guess that's the thing with like doing these event stages. Sometimes, you know, they probably make sense for when they were released in the online version, but you're kind of like hitting them in the offline version, and it's like, oh boy. Kind of, you might be confused if you're jumping in from the middle like I did here. So, you know, blah blah blah. I was like, oh man, we're just bantering back and forth, and hey, look at that. It's another Halloween variant of a character, right? That's vile, but repainted to, I guess, look more vampiric. He's even got like the collar and everything. Kind of crazy. Anyways, blah 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 blah. Look, it's Sigma. Oh man, he's got his own collar too. He kind of looks like a vampire as well, right? Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Come on, show us our next character. Oh, oh, okay. Maybe they'll come later. Anyways, look at how Halloween themed it is. Right, you see the pumpkins in the background, and the enemies have been kind of reskinned too. So now you're fighting mummies, right, and Frankenstein's monster-like beasts. Yeah, and the enemies up there look like, you know, bats and stuff. Wow, I didn't realize her other skills would be auto-aiming as well. Ah, snap. Oh. I like a good Halloween theme. Yeah. This stage is truly, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Anyways, Halloween is like one of those things that should also be like more varied, but seems like in gacha games at least, a lot of the seasonal variants tend to boil down to either they're like vampire or witch / wizard, or like maybe some pumpkin theme thing, or maybe zombie as well. So you know, there is variance, but maybe not as much as one would hope. But yeah, Halloween tends to be nice. Like, even with the limitations, there is a lot of variance in the costumes. Anyways, blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Oh, there we go. Look at that. It's Zero, and he's got like a little vampire thing going here too. Perfect time of year to cosplay. Yes, yes. Absolutely, 100%. One of the reasons why I love Halloween, right? It's another reason to kind of just like break out the costumes. You can wear what you want and get away with it because, you know, Halloween, reason for the season. I remember when my cousins did Halloween parties, I always took the opportunity to attend it wearing a costume because, hey, the one night in the year I get to do so. It's nice. It's real nice. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Hey, look, it's Via. He looks like he's kind of invaded the stage as well, although now he's just a participant in the stage rather than being like one of the general navigators. Anyways, if you do get tired of the dialogue, you can go up to this button here and just skip and move on with your life. So that is nice too. I don't know why those little bugs are untargetable. So yeah, you also got ghosts, you know, another Halloween staple. This one here is like pretty famous for having, yeah, here we go. Just a secret passage filled with candy. Let's see, no, I don't think I can go down here. Just hidden walls everywhere. Boom, more candy to pick up. I'd love to go all out one year and have a super realistic zombie with prosthetics and stuff. Ooh, sounds like fun. Good luck with that. I hope you'll be able to do that one day. Anyways, more beating up of stuff here. I sworn there's like a spot here I could get through. Doesn't matter. There's more blahs. Oh man, now we're gonna face off against the event boss. This one I find infinitely amusing. Warning! Hey, you recognize this fella? Hey, you will soon enough. I'm actually not gonna skip through this one. Flame Demon Sigma. Right, you remember Mega Man X4? Remember like the first form of Sigma? He came down to that Reaper style form, had like energy scythe and everything. They've gone and Halloweenized him, so now he just like goes around with a broom. That's actually perfect, right? The attacks you imagine this fella doing actually kind of fits, right? So, you know, that sweeping attack he does, now it's just like a floor sweep, right? Other attack where he just summons, you know, bats. And the other one where he just throws his broom in the ground. Instead of throwing out, like, electric balls now, it just throws out dust balls. New word for today, Halloweenized. Yeah! There you go. Next one for the dictionary. So anyways, you do have, like, a limited number of continues. If you have, like, the reorganization program, you can choose to continue, but even that has its limit, so... Well, just get back in there with full health and then continue fighting. You can imagine that, like, in the gacha game proper, these would be, like, at a premium, but here, since it's only, like, 50,000 zenny per pop, it's not too bad. And just like that, slow-mo defeat. Anyways, we're just gonna skip this. You know, he's just like, oh no, I am defeated. Boom, 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 boom. Thankfully, unlike Mega Man X4, you don't have to fight Sigma in his traditional form. Blah, blah, blah. Stage cleared. This boss fight would be perfect for that King Ghost from Sonic Adventure 2 that you fight with Knuckles. Oh yeah, was it King Boom Boo? Yeah. That one was pretty amusing, all things considered. So yeah, seems like most of these event stages, like, you get rated on how well you do. And so you'll get, like, event points and a special currency called, like, event tickets, I think. So yeah, another staple of gacha games. You'll get, like, a certain number of points, and at certain point milestones, you'll be able to get items. You can imagine, like, the online game. This list will be a lot longer, but thankfully they've shortened it such that at most you'll need, like, 3 playthroughs, and even if you don't ace it, you'll still be able to get everything from the list, which is pretty nice. There's also a challenge version of the stage, which seems to be more for bragging rights than anything. It's like, hey, can you get through this stage with a limited setting, with, like, kind of like fixed settings and stuff? Oh yeah, I should probably show that. Anyways, the way the offline version works is that, you know, it will kind of have, like, a permanent event kind of here that will rotate through depending on, like, the system date, but you can also just, like, go in here, right? If there's a certain event you want to check out, you can just, like, close it, maybe turn on another one, like, you know, like, you want to do Summer Treasure Hunt, you can turn that on. It's kind of nice like that, right? The menu's not cluttered up. You can kind of choose what to turn on and off at your leisure, so that's, like, pretty cool. So, you know, Summer Treasure Hunt Summer event stage, you get rated as usual, collect event points, get rewards. We also have down here another gacha stable, the farming stages, where you kind of maybe play them limited number of times, get resources, right? That will help you enhance your characters, right? You can get enhancements for your armor, dive trigger, and just get like money and experience in general. So like something like this. I'm actually gonna switch back to swimsuit palette here. I never noticed that bag of goldfish before. Oh yeah. I mean, it all makes sense, right? Leviathan's kind of like a water-themed character, so you know, she would have skills based around the water parts of festivals. You know, I gotta admit, as awkward as like running around wearing something like a swimsuit would be, kind of running around wearing a kimono is probably like a lot more awkward. You can imagine how tight a kimono is, like running around in that. Probably like next to impossible. You feel like it would be pretty hard to like not trip over yourself, but you know what? Again, this is the kind of thing you roll with because they look cool in those outfits, so it's like, why not have them fighting it? Yeah, limited movement and stuff, indeed. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna bring out Iris. Let's bring out Iris and get in here. So like the event stages, the farming stages are also rated. So like this one, for example, kind of tasks you with defeating enemies as this invincible ceiling crusher comes down upon you. So you want to like try to, you know, stay ahead of the crusher, but also don't try to speedrun the thing because you gotta destroy enemies. Rather annoyingly, this is like a bit of an auto-scrolling stage, so you can't just like race your way to the bottom. You just gotta like keep pace with the thing, but yeah, it is nice. Sadly, this is like the only layout, so once you kind of figure out the optimal route, there's not much else to it, but I don't know, it's fun the first few times, but you know, after a while it gets repetitive. But you do it anyway because you really need that experience slash money slash whatever other resources. Oh my god, I almost spot the farm there! It's like, love beam! Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention, if you really want to, you can also just like auto-aim with the right stick, but that tends to be like pretty awkward. Anyways, mission complete. Didn't manage to get through it without getting insta-killed, which is nice. Also, those baggy sleeves would be a nightmare for catching on door handles, or like much anything else. Like any sorts of loose piece of clothing would be a liability. That's why, you know, some people usually balk at the idea of skirts, because it's like, yeah, that skirt, if it catches on something, might be a problem. You know, either you end up getting like pulled into whatever your skirt gets caught on, or you end up pulling something down, or I guess tends to be the case in those situations in anime, your clothes get ripped off. You know, it's a whole lot of problems that could come from that, but you know what? Again, you just roll with it because it's cool. So right, you get a letter rank. Yeah, caught on a nail climbing a fence or something, right? But, you know, that stuff doesn't happen unless it becomes plot relevant, I guess. It's all good, right? It's a good thing. this isn't real life, because otherwise sorts of outfits wouldn't be possible. Anyways, the other stages are kind of like that, so, just go ahead and collect some more missions here. I guess there's like one more. Oh wait, there are a few more things I can show. So, yeah. In addition to like the normal versions of the stage, they also have like challenge versions, which I think is like a fixed stats version. So this operates maybe a little bit more like a traditional Mega Man stage where enemies will deal enough damage for, right? You can't just like power through because damage and health and things like that are fixed. So you gotta be extra careful, so I'm gonna come out here with like all reliable. Oh, I think I forgot to equip cards. Oh well, I think I should be powerful enough to power through it anyways. So yeah, the challenge stages, they also have like, you know, life pickups to kind of help restore your health along the way, so just why I think sometimes that, you know, this is you know, meant to play out more like a traditional Mega Man style of gameplay here. Although maybe not quite, because you have things like the auto aim and, you know, everyone's skills still do all the things that they do, so Pallet's skill does have the self-recovery and has all the other powered stuff. I guess if you really wanted to, you could like play through this game, play through the stages as like X or 0, and that would perhaps get you your feel of the you know, more Mega Man style gameplay. Yeah, so the goal for these stages is just get to the end, right? There's nothing like deep elements or anything like that to worry yourself about. You know, it's just speed run and make sure your health is above a certain level. Also, no rewards. All you really get is, like the star rewards. They have those as usual. And, you know, they have things that might come in handy for you, but, you know, other than that, it's like mostly there for bragging rights and stuff like that. Oh. So they have other things in here. They have this thing called the Jacob Orbital Elevator. Another gotcha staple. It's like the challenge tower, right? Think of it like a bloody palace from Devil May Cry, where you're going up each floor and they'll give you like, you know, a fixed enemy set and maybe conditions that you might have to work with. Recommended power level, and you also get a reward only for the first clear. So you pick your loadout, your character as usual, and get in there. Actually reading up on how the Jacob Tower operated in the online version, and it definitely operates like the way some other games do it, where you know, your characters have like a persistent health amount that persists through each day, and if a character happens to be defeated or time runs out when you're trying to clear the stage, then that character is unusable until the next reset. So I guess if anything, it's like I forget what the tower mode was called in Princess Connect. It's kind of like that, where if your character gets KO'd, then you gotta wait until rollover for them to be playable again. Yeah, I imagine it's like a time-limited thing too, so Jacob's elevator would only be open for like, you know, a week or so, then it would like disappear into the mists until the next few levels are released. Yeah, this is only, like, pretty boring because I'm way above the power level, so I'm just, like, one-shotting all these enemies. You know, once you complete the enemy set, it's like, you did it. Moving up. Moving upwards and onwards. Boom, stage cleared. A bit like that challenge mode in Devil May Cry 2, had the endless levels to do against various enemies from the game. Yeah, like the Bloody Palace. Like, that's become like a Devil May Cry staple now, right? It's not a Devil May Cry game unless you have like a Bloody Palace mode. Either in the game or like added as post-launch content sometime down the line. They did that with 5, right? I remember 5 didn't come with Bloody Palace right out the gate. They added that like in a post-launch update. Anyways, clearance conditions, very, very easy. It's just, you clear the stage, boom, 3 stars. I wonder if they had to put that in there, just like, because it's like programming quirk. Like, if they tried to change it, they would end up crashing the game or something. So they're just like, alright, it's all stage clears. Anyways, it continues like that. You also have like hard and challenge versions, which change the conditions some way or another. Looks like hard just ups the power of everything, and challenges, I'm guessing, is like the fixed stats version as usual. So yeah, you continue along like that. I don't think I played as White Day Cinnamon, so let's bring her out for a little bit. As usual, you continue up the elevator. You know, it's really annoying. Despite the Jacob's elevator being technically like being a thing from Mega Man X8, this is like the only thing they have for Mega Man X8. There's like no characters or anything like that sort. Sigma rocking that M Bison chin, yeah. Just imagine him going, yes, yes. Anyways, elevator action. Always a classic platformer staple. Like going up in the elevators, there's fixed space and enemies are just coming at you from every angle, usually dropping from the ceiling, but they might be coming from the sides too. Just gotta deal with them as they come in your limited battlefield. At least they give you arrows to let you know where they are. I do like that. That is nice. You can at least anticipate that in the meantime. So you're not just getting bamboozled because some enemy decides to burst from the ground. Anyways, look at that. She got like the cat paws and everything. I feel like that's like another gacha staple. There's always going to be one character who dons the cat outfit. And it's not always going to be Halloween, right? This is White Day Cinnamon for some reason. She's like cat mode. I don't get it. OMG, I'm living for those paws. Yeah, I got it there. They're pretty adorable. I think there's like another character, I think in Granblue Fantasy, where one of the characters, like the crossover characters, had like giant cat paws, and it was like pretty nice, especially like when you couple it with the kimono she was also wearing. Felicia. Yep, indeed, exactly. Very like Gatomon too, yeah. Well, I guess even Gatomon, they kind of look like clawed gloves. It was interesting. Level 3 cleared, and now we're gonna move on to level 4. You know what? Let's go with like actual canon character, just S-Class Hunter X. He's just like X, except he has a Super Saiyan aura around him. That's how you know he's more powerful, because he's S-Class. I don't know. From what I've read, S-Class Hunter X was actually like a character they gave out for free, which explains why he doesn't look too spectacular compared to you know, the other characters that have different outfits and everything. So yeah, there's that. Still very, very strong though, mostly thanks in part to the weapons and the cards and the chips and everything. So we'll get through the stage fine. You know, it's X with a visual effect. Nothing too spectacular. He's even got like the same skills as a regular X. He's got Seeker Missile and the Charge Shot. I guess a Charge Shot can get chargier. There is that. Yeah, I can imagine this like the elevator stage where it stops, you see the enemies just rolling out the doors and everything. It's kind of like they took Jacob's elevator and just divided it into a whole bunch of sub-stages that kind of just like work your way upwards. It's fine for like a, you know, a gacha mode, at least. I'll give them that. I do wish they had like some sort of progress meter. Like some sort of meter to let you know how many enemies you have defeated, how many you have left to go. It would be nice. So you're not just left wondering, okay, am I close to clearing out this horde or not? I'm sure that's like the point, but yeah. Like even the live 2D is the same, they just added a glowing effect around him. It's like, boom! There you go, S-Class. You know he's S-Class because he's glowing. So again, if he's like a welfare character, it kind of makes sense that's all they did with him. So anyways, every 5 levels you find yourself facing off against a boss, right? It's just a boss. Well, you've fought him before. I don't know if they have like any changes or anything. This is the first time I'm going against them. But you do get slightly more rewards, like in addition to the element medals, you do get some memory pieces for, you know, it tends to be tied to the boss you're fighting. You know, let's go with regular Cinnamon. We'll pick her. She's actually a character you can like buy with just money, and it, you know, it works out nicely too. Oh, snap! Data error, boom, suddenly we're on the highway. Did she say ganbarimasu? Yeah, I think that's like, good luck, right? But of course, since we're disgustingly overpowered, this guy goes down in no time flat. You know, we'll just warp back to the elevator, I assume. I will try my best, yeah. You know, very, very kind of cute and perky thing to say, right? Just to be uncertain of myself. Right? Uncertainty, that's a cuteness point. I only know that from watching lots of Takeshi's Castle. Ah, yeah, it's a thing they say a lot in anime. I'm guessing a lot of Japanese shows have it. Anyways, the time is shut down. You know, this just like rinse and repeat, right? You just keep clearing floors of stages all the way up to level 175. That's where you get your final rewards. Boom, done. Oh, looks like you fight 2 bosses here. Yeah. Oh my god, did I see that power? Did I read that power level correct? It was like 700,000. Anyways, here's one more mode. It's the race mode. Think of it like a time trial. You know, they'll send you through a preset stage, and your goal is to clear it as fast as possible with your loadout. Oh, I forgot to change cards. I wish cards were like the one thing that kind of like persisted between characters, but I guess they don't do that because, like, you know, characters might have different slots unlocked, so. Yeah, goal of race stages, get through as quickly as possible. So, you know, probably in your best interest to not fight. At least fight as little... Only fight as much as you need to. Don't spend time fighting things unnecessarily. Just keep on blasting through. Until you get to the boss. And boom, stage cleared. Aw, that was only an A rank. Nice thing about this is that they do tell you, okay, so yeah, you can see like the thresholds you have to hit to kind of hit S rank. I imagine this was like their competitive mode, so you know, you get your time, you post it to the leaderboard, and at the end of the rating period, depending on your rank, you would get yourself a selection of rewards. But here it's just a post, you know, post. It's just like a time trial kind of thing, right? She really does look cute in that outfit in the post-stage screen, right? It's like a super cute thing, right? The coat and the style of the swimsuit she has, it works together pretty well. Go ahead and just, you know, get some more rewards. But, yeah, you can see, it's like, man, they got characters from all walks. I did bring this up already, but from everywhere, right? You got like Harp Note. I think she was from Star Force, if I remember correctly. Right? And then you have I'm looking for one in particular. I wonder if I like already unlocked her. I might have. Yeah, Ailey, right? You remember Mega Man ZX? It was like one of the protagonists you could pick. Right? One of the characters from there too. And, you know, Mega Man. Just different variants of Mega Man. So this one has a Thunder Beam. You get one, right, X Rising Fire version. There's, like, various armors of X as well. Let's see if I can find... Yeah, I see you have Falcon Armor X, right? Remember that from X5 and X6? Yeah. So you can see they really kind of dug deep into, like, you know, every crevice of the Mega Man archives to kind of give you variety of characters, chips, cards, and things like that. And right, you have Star Force Mega Man here, and you know, Servbot, right? You can just play as Servbot if you wanted to. You know, just freaking Servbot. I don't know. You could play as him in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as well, and it was pretty hilarious there. So yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of things to kind of go through, and you know, there are some things from what I've read that did transfer into the offline version. So, OMG Servbot, I'm traumatized after Capcom with that. But yeah, the online version also had things like Monster Hunter, Street Fighter, and Devil May Cry crossover characters and stages and stuff that they didn't put into the offline version. And there were other things like a multiplayer mode and raid battles and things like that that are also not present here. Also have like some unique content. So, you know, it's not... They don't have everything in here from like the online version of Mega Man X DiVE, but there's a lot of it. And a lot of it's like pretty accessible too, right? It's not like you have to jump through too many hoops. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. No T-Bon. Oh, what? Actually, she is in here. Actually, two versions. Several versions, I should say. Let's see if I can find her. Actually, can I sort by? No. Yeah, imagine they have Roll Casket, Mega Man, Walnut. Why not have Tron in here? No, she's in here. She's in here. I just gotta find her. I wish there were like other ways you could sort this list. You can sort by owned memory and all, but there's like no sort by alphabetical or sort by like series, which I think. Yeah, here we go. See right here, Tron, and she's got her robot too. But I gotta admit, after playing a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom, her robot being red kind of throws me, right? I'm used to seeing her in a green robot, so seeing her with a red robot. Right, you can rotate too, and everything, and actually, I think you can actually check out the 2D models somewhere. Ah, the legend! I thought those surfbots were Lego guys at first. Yeah, I thought so too. They look a lot like Lego minifigs, but definitely a lot more articulate than that. Let's see. Oh, here we go. View. Right. Boom! Live 2D version. You just get like full screen of it here. It is nice. I remember they had a giant surfbot in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Ah, yeah, I was in that one, Junkyard stage, right? I remember that one. That was a pretty cool looking stage, I gotta admit. Yeah, you can also, like, you know, look at the live 2Ds for the other characters as well. Alright, you can go to Christmas Rico here and just be like, oh man, check it out, a full view of Christmas Rico here. Looks like she's about to trip over something. Right, see all the presents and ornaments going flying here. Oh man. But yeah. I mean, granted, you know, the game super cute, I know, right? But yeah. I, for one, am glad this game at least exists in some form, because you imagine the case is for most gacha games. It's like, once they go offline, that's it. You can't play them anymore. Right, all you can really do is maybe hit up a video on YouTube, get secondhand stories from other people who have played it. So, in terms of preservation, I'm at least glad this exists in some form. So, you know, you might not be able to get like the experience that someone who played the online version might have gotten, but it at least is here. Yeah. Maybe the balance isn't the best. You can get yourself like super overpowered super quickly if you go off script even for a moment, but again, at least it's here, and at least, you know, long after anyone might remember the online version, someone can at least go, huh, so what was Mega Man X Dive like? And you can point them here and be like, yeah, this, you can get some semblance of it with this. It's something I wish other games would do. I know there are a few other offline versions of gacha games out there. I think there's like one Final Fantasy one, and I think Arkanoid versus Space Invaders has an offline version as well, but for the most part, yeah, they just disappear. There are some other franchises I wish would have an offline version come out someday. I think on my head at the moment is Dragalia Lost, because that gameplay I liked a super lot, but you can't play it anymore because they shut it down like a couple months ago. It's like, well, you know, there are ways you could play it, but no official way to do so. And I hope, my hope is, you know, more games do that, right? Games like Dragalia Lost and maybe other games that are currently online, but if they ever go offline at some point, at least put in a little bit of effort, just like dump them all into some sort of offline version, so people can at least see what it was like in some way or another. But yeah. Always sad when games just go away, right? It's like you had to be there kind of moment, which sucks. Especially worse when the game was paid for. Like, I remember, what was it? The Crew 1 is actually going to get shut down, just like completely, right? I remember reading about that. It's like after that, a month or so, I think, actually coming very soon. You're just not going to be able to play it anymore, and that's like especially infuriating because that does have a single player version, which makes you wonder why they can't just, you know, just shut down the online services and let you go through this story. Especially since, you know, the Crew 1 had a pretty different feel from the rest of the series, and it'll be a shame, right? we're just gonna lose it. We're just gonna lose that part of gaming to the ether, right? It's like even if you own it, you can't play it anymore. So most you're just gonna either trawl YouTube or get the secondhand accounts from other people. Yeah. In any case, I think yeah, that has been a fairly thorough look at Mega Man X DiVE. Yeah, like Horizon 1 or 2, you can't play it without a physical copy. Yeah, especially with the driving games, which, you know, I get why they sunset those, but it sucks that it happens all the same, because, yeah, like the old Motorsports and Forza Horizon, you're not going to be able to play anymore, right? I know some people out there liked Horizon 1 and 2, and unless you get, like, a physical... At the very least, with the Horizon, you can get the physical copy, right? It's not just, like, completely gone. But yeah, that has been an extensive look at Mega Man X DiVE. I think I'm going to call it here. Yeah, have a good night. Have a good night to you too. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks to everyone who came by and lurked and chatted and checked me out. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll be back on Wednesday. We'll continue through Grid. Actually start on the tuner events. From the way things are going, I imagine we might not even get halfway through. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, hope to see you there. Anyways, let's look for someone to raid. Fortunately, this game is like one of those where you know, music stops, sound cuts out when you unfocus. So let's pull up some music real quick. Mega Man X DiVE OST. Oh yeah, that's like one of the other features they have. Just like a whole soundtrack feature. You can play all the music that they feature in the thing. Oh, hey, look, there's a playlist here. Cool. Yep, enough tracks. There'll probably be enough here while I look for someone to raid into. Alright. Now we search. Yeah, this was a shorter stream than usual, but, well... You know, Mega Man X DiVE is pretty straightforward for what it is, despite all its systems they have. Yeah. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, seeing other games here that I imagine will be a shame once they kind of hit the end of service point, like Teamfight Tactics and this Jackbox Party Pack. Oh man, the day those go offline, it's gonna be a real shame. I think about it. I'm gonna look at my following list. Maybe someone there that I would raid into. It's always the issue. You only can raid one person. A lot of people playing some interesting things, actually. Can't remember if I've rated them before, but... kind of like the game they're playing, so I think we will see if they have raids open. Yet another soundtrack you'll have me checking out. I do. I like it, right? It's a remixed versions of, like, you know, Mega Man series tunes. It's gonna hit all the right notes there. They got some good stuff, and I think the remixes do the themes justice. Alright, let's see if this one goes through. Alright, cool. Nane Niwa is playing Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones. And this one's like, you know, proper actually playing the old game. I assume they must be on like the GBA thing on Switch, or they might be using other means. They might actually be playing it off of GBA, who knows. But anyways, they're playing that, so let's go say hi to them. Figured one sort of retro into another. It works out, right? I think I got a raid message for this one. Copy, paste. Alright, cool. Yeah, if you're joining on the raid, hit them with a DiVE raid. Otherwise, have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next on Wednesday. Take care.